So I want to start out just by saying a little bit about the context that we're in, because I think it's always important to set us in a political, economic context. And in my mind, there's three major crises that we face in the world today. The first is war, right? Right now, we're at war in three different countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan. We've got military bases around the world. There's wars in many other places as well. But it's not incidental that we are fighting three wars in Muslim countries, right? And that when the war in Afghanistan was begun, President Bush started out his statement by saying, "This crusade," right? Now, he quickly withdrew that when he felt the ripples of the world reverberating with the power of that phrase. But that was the concept. You know, we have a concept that guides our foreign policy around manifest destiny. And we'll talk more about that later. So anyway, so that one of the world crises we face around war and American imperialism has its roots in a Christian worldview in some ways. The second crisis we face is the economic depression that we're in, and that much of the world is in because of that. Many of us know people who have lost homes, who have lost jobs. Many of us are trying to figure out how we're going to survive and how we're going to build lives out there in the economic uncertainty. And the economic system was set up within a Christian framework. It's supposed to operate naturally with no constraints on capitalism because of the invisible hand of the market. Well, the invisible hand of the market was God when capitalism was developed in the Protestant Reformation. It was meant to be a system that was to rely on God's guidance to reward the hardworking, i.e. the rich, and to punish the lazy, i.e. the poor. So we can't really look at the economic system without understanding the roots of the Christian framework around that. And finally, the third major crisis that we face is the environmental crisis, the destruction of our ecosystem, basically. Often people refer to it as global warming, but it's really global heating or global destruction. And again, we have to look at some of the roots of the framework around that, a worldview in which the natural world is not valued, in which the framework is that men, in quotes, was given hegemony or dominion over the natural world, and that what really counts is the world beyond this one, and that this one is just a way station or a passing through on the way to a better, an ultimate life. And so that means that it's really hard, again, to get at, well, what are we really up against in terms of environmental issues if we're not understanding the framework which guides us to even define it as a problem or not, or how much of it is a problem, or whether it's that serious or not. So anyway, these are the three major things that I see are the crisis we face in this generation, and definitely all of which are related to Christian hegemony.